Hey guys, Hens here. I am back with a bit of a different video. In this video, we're gonna go over the Eyrie of Crows changes and the new map and see what the map is all about and what might have changed on this map, because a lot of things kind of went over that I think most people have not realized. So, Eyrie of Crows changed very significantly. This was not very made incredibly obvious in the patch notes and in the dev blog, but I'm here to tell you. So one of the first changes you already see, you can drop off this ledge now. Not only that, but also on the other side. This means no more boil over shenanigans, but at the same time survivors have a great balanced landing spot on the back of the main building. In other notes, on this main building, there's still one pallet. It's either over there or behind this. It's either one of the god pallets will always spawn, the other won't. And this window changed positions. It is now to the right and the breakable wall on the left. This means that the back loop is a lot weaker. This was an insane distance holder. And once you break this breakable wall, then the back is not that strong anymore because they can't vault the window. But this window is still pretty strong on this side if you look. This is almost shack size. So yeah, if you play this well, you can definitely get a lot of time out of this. But you're probably not going to be able to transition and might get bloodlusted. And to the right, this almost looks the same as before. But what is this tile? So this tile has changed quite drastically too. So a lot of tiles actually have, but I'll go over all of them in a bit. So this wall is significantly shorter now, if you might have noticed. It used to extend way further out. And this one was not as safe as it used to be for survivors. And also, I am pretty sure this structure in itself looks different now. And this pallet is not as safe as it once was. So a lot better for killers to play this tile. Very nice. And we go towards the middle of the map and there's nothing here. That's RNG. Nothing here, nothing here. There's one of these loops that is pretty unsafe. As you can see, this is even shorter than it used to be, I'm pretty sure. So another loop that has been made better for killers to play. Eyrie of Crows, one of the highest kill rates in the game. And yeah, very hard for a lot of killers. And so now we're on the short wall jungle gym. And once again, same pattern. This wall is significantly shorter. This is honestly pretty nice to line up this fast vault. Still probably safe for survivors, but you definitely have to react fast for this. Damn. This is probably still playable for them, but a lot more dangerous if you want to greet this. It's a shorter loop. And now we have a TL wall on this side. This is also a little bit changed because the L wall is shorter now. This used to be the longest L wall out of any TL in the game. So this is not the case anymore. Now it's a lot easier for killers to play. As a survivor, you can still look through those gaps, which is insane, by the way. You can look through so many gaps on this map if you've never noticed. It's pretty hard on killer POV, but I think there's one above there somewhere. Yeah, exactly. This killer is a little bit shorter, and without third-person camera, it's hard. Alright, so this is the bottom side of the map here. Nothing has changed here. Usually there's always 4 pallets spawn in the middle. This one is still really safe. This is pretty much the same. And there's another one that has been made a little bit smaller and easier to play for killer, I believe. This side looks smaller, if I'm not mistaken. And do we find the 4th one? There it is. Also, not that good of a pallet. I mean, it's a good pallet, don't get me wrong. This is a good filler pallet, but this is not a god pallet. And that's the problem that Eyrie of Crows had for the longest time. There were so many pallets that no killer could possibly outplay. There didn't even spawn a pallet here. Interesting. Okay. So you might have noticed already there's not that many safe pallets anymore. That's a lot different than before. Alright, the shack. Also, another thing that changed, I'm pretty sure there used to be a hole right here on this window where survivors could like check what you were doing here. So it had 0 mind game potential for killers because of this. This has been closed up just to make it a little bit more accessible for killers and try to make this map a little bit more one-sided, which is a problem that DBD has. There are quite a few one-sided maps. It wasn't just Eyrie of Crows. There are many others that also need to get changed and fixed. So this is the 4-lane. I think this entrance is... This is an interesting 4-lane. Oh, okay. I'm not sure what changed about this one. I wouldn't want to lie, so I am not too sure. Does this look the same? More or less, yeah. I think this looks very similar. 4 lanes, not the safest structure anyway. All good. And then we have a rock pallet. This is another pallet that has been made a little bit smaller. So overall, the shrinkage is quite big. And also, we have double pallets now on Eyrie of Crows. So, yeah, that is one map. Maybe I'm gonna load another one and see what other tiles in RNG I get that I can show. Alright, so the pallet gym is another tile that has been shrunken quite a bit on this side, if you notice. It's honestly quite odd. This is a very, very short pallet gym. This is almost mind-gameable on the long side, honestly. Honestly, yeah, and this wall is shorter. I think the gen is like... Where was the gen? I think the gen is over here now, on this corner. So a very, very different tile. Alright, so we are in on Dead Sands. That's it for Eyrie of Crows. So this is another variant on the very same realm. And it's a little bit of a smaller map that has similar tiles, but also some uniqueness about it. So we have a shack in the middle. I'm pretty sure there are 2 unique landmarks, which is this fountain and this sarcophagus. I don't know what you want to call it. They're on either side of the shack. And yeah, shack in the middle. A little bit like Wrecker's Yard, but definitely a lot less safe overall. The tiles are obviously very similar. But there's some uniqueness. If we look around a little bit, you can see the filler pallets. There are quite a few. Lots of double pallets, but also singular ones. We see another one. One thing I noticed, there are a lot of them are always towards the outside and very zonable for the killer. But now we see the one tile that is unique to this map that has 2 windows and 2 pallets, but everything is pretty unsafe. Pretty funny though. It's gonna be a funny tile to play. I kind of like this kind of tile, but we'll need to see. I played it once on PDB and it was pretty good to juke on. I liked it quite a lot. The gen split seems to be pretty decent for survivors. There doesn't seem to be crazy gen locks from what I've seen in the few matches, but lots of pallets and a lot of them on the outside. Very zonable. And another general gym. This is where the gen is. So overall, I think this map, there's not much to say about it. This is going to be to make the Eyrie offering a little bit different and spicy. But Eyrie of Crows in itself is also going to be worse. So yeah, I think big changes to this entire realm. We'll need to see how this map plays. I would suspect it to be pretty killer-sided, so we'll need to see. But that's it for the Eyrie of Crows changes. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update, and because I don't think it got the attention that it deserved. And I'll see you some other time. Bye-bye.